ॐ अजाय नमः। ॐ अव्ययाय नमः। ॐ अविनाशिने नमः। ॐ अचिन्त्याय नमः। ॐ अप्रमेयाय नमः। ॐ अद्वितीयाय नमः। ॐ अनिकेताय नमः। ॐ अनुशासनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ अन्तःसाक्षिणे नमः। ॐ अन्तर्यामिने नमः। ॐ आनन्दाय नमः। ॐ आत्मस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ आङ्ग्लभाषाविदुत्तमाय नमः। ईश्वराय नमः। ॐ उदारहृदयाय नमः। ॐ उत्साहवर्धकाय नमः। ॐ एकस्मै नमः। ॐ ओङ्कारविदे नमः। ॐ करुणासागराय नमः। ॐ कर्मपरायणाय नमः। ॐ कालातीताय नमः। ॐ कैवल्यस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ कृतात्मने नमः। ॐ कृतकृत्याय नमः। ॐ गीताज्ञानयज्ञप्रचारकाय नमः। ॐ गुरवे नमः। ॐ गुणातीताय नमः। ॐ ग्रन्थकृते नमः। ॐ चिन्मयाय नमः। ॐ छिन्नसंशयाय नमः। ॐ जगदात्मने नमः। ॐ जनप्रियने नमः। ॐ जनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ जितेन्द्रियाय नमः। ॐ जीवब्रह्मैक्यविदे नमः। ॐ जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ जीर्णमन्दिरोद्धारकाय नमः। ॐ तपोवनशिष्याय नमः। ॐ तपस्विने नमः। ॐ तापनाशनाय नमः। ॐ तीर्थस्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ तेजस्विने नमः। ॐ देहातीताय नमः। ॐ द्वन्द्वातीताय नमः। ॐ दृढनिश्चयाय नमः। ॐ धर्मसंस्थापकाय नमः। ॐ धीमते नमः। ॐ धीराय नमः। ॐ धैर्यप्रदाय नमः। ॐ नारायणाय नमः। ॐ निजानन्दाय नमः। ॐ निरपेक्षाय नमः। ॐ निःस्पृहाय नमः। ॐ निरुपमाय नमः। ॐ निर्विकल्पाय नमः। ॐ नित्याय नमः। ॐ निरञ्जनाय नमः। ॐ परमाय नमः। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। ॐ पावनाय नमः। ॐ पावकाय नमः। ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ॐ प्रसन्नात्मने नमः। ॐ बलासक्तिरहिताय नमः। ॐ बहुभक्ताय नमः। ॐ बन्धमोचकाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मपराय नमः। ॐ भयनाशनाय नमः। ॐ भारतगौरवाय नमः। ॐ भूम्ने नमः। ॐ महावाक्योपदेशकाय नमः। ॐ महर्षये नमः। ॐ मधुरस्वभावाय नमः। ॐ काय नमः। ॐ शुद्धसत्त्वाय नमः। ॐ श्रुतिपारगाय नमः। ॐ श्रोत्रियाय नमः। ॐ सन्न्यासिने नमः। ॐ समबुद्धये नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय सद्गुणरहितचिन्तकाय नमः ॐ सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः ॐ सन्तुष्टाय नमः ॐ साधवे नमः ॐ सुमनसे नमः ॐ सुहृदे नमः ॐ स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः ॐ स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः ॐ क्षमाशीलाय नमः ॐ ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः ॐ ज्ञानयोगिने नमः ॐ ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. We are going to see name 53. In these 108 names of Pujya Gurudev, we have completed 52 of the names in 52 satsangs. Each satsang had one particular name and explanation on that. Even though these explaining the virtues of a great person, but it is always to be considered as the virtue of a great person is a practice for others. Like a person who is expert in a music, in a particular field, any field. Let us say he is a musician or a sports personality. Watching a person playing a perfect game is a training for all others. Let us say Sachin Tendulkar is on the field and he is playing. It is no more just a play. It's a demonstration of how to perfectly handle any ball that comes to him. Similarly, a musician who is singing or playing a particular instrument, the way he handles the instrument, it's as though he's talking to him. Especially when you listen to experts, let us say flute, there is one person who would know Chaurasya, maybe nowadays, and then many others in the past also. You see how beautifully that instrument is handled by Bhagavan Krishna is the best anyway. And you understand that it is not possible for a such person to have had that kind of an expertise by chance. Even if you say somebody is a prodigy, he had gained this knowledge in the past. Meaning, sometime he has done it. He or she has done the work and then only it has come to him. Not by fluke, or it's not a freak of the nature. So, in our Hinduism, it is very, very logical. We don't believe, or it is not correct to believe, that everything happened by chance. Because it is science which does not believe in chance. Is it not true? If it is happening that everywhere it is cold, it is not somebody's scheme. I was talking to him today. It is all cold, more colder than ever before. It is not somebody's scheming. It's a fact. Global warming, whatever you call it as, it has not started again on yesterday. It had started way back, maybe 100 years back or 50 years back. We are expediting the process by sending more heat to the world, heat to the atmosphere, by fuel, by our own industries, etc. It's over a period of time it has become like this. So everything is a process. Nature suddenly doesn't do anything. As much as, somebody said, I suddenly got a child. No, you have to be pregnant to do that. That means it is a process of 9 months or so, and then only that is possible. You put the seed today and tomorrow you have a tree. That doesn't happen. So if you look at the world that is created here around us, everything is happening until you notice you don't know that it is happening. Is it not true? So a person who has become an expert in any field is by continuous effort. Not possible for a person to suddenly have that skill or ability. And that is a scientific process. So also in Hinduism, that belief is that we are not a sudden product of yesterday. We didn't just jump from nowhere. So in the Vedanta it is said, and especially in Gita also Bhagavan Krishna says, every one of us are earlier unmanifest. Now we have come to manifestation. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. Avyakta means unmanifest. Now it has become manifest. Now what will from here onwards will become unmanifest again. Like every day or every end of the day you go to sleep, then all your thoughts become unmanifest. You don't express it anymore. Your feelings, your thoughts, your plans, all those things have subsided for the day. The next morning it becomes manifest again. And you will wonder when the thoughts about doing this or that comes early morning, where was it some 1 hour back? Was it not there? Huh? Your thought of having coffee first thing in the morning. Where was the thought before? Where was it? It was there unexpressed. Correct or not? It was there. Yesterday also I had coffee, and after that I have done with so many other things, and then next morning again it comes. So the process is that understanding is nothing comes out of nothing only. If there is something, there was something. And that is why we believe in Punarjanma. The theory of rebirth is a scientific process. That a person cannot be coming from nowhere. So if you say, I have a furniture, from where? From nowhere. You cannot say that. It is from the furniture shop. It came from there. Okay, good. Where did the furniture shop got it from? From some wholesale manufacturer. Where did he get it from? From a carpenter who, and a freelancer who all produce. Ultimately, look at it, there is a process which has gone by in the past, which you may not be even aware of it. So, this method of thinking is very important. That is why, in the path of knowledge, the attention of the student is necessary. The mind should be following closely the logic that is provided by the scriptures and as explained by the teacher. If the mind is distracted, mind is somewhere else, you don't catch it. You don't catch the link between those two things. And that is the reason why the Upanishad masters had their students in the forest quietly sitting and listening. And even as you send your children to school, what do you expect the child to have? Maturity of thinking. Is it not true? They might have studied so many different subjects. Geography, history, social science, English, language, math, many others. But at the end of it, they won't remember all of them. Better they don't remember all of them. They are not machines. But they should know how to think. That is the whole idea. How to think. Right? So if something happens, how do I think about it? In what ways I should think? One should not panic, one should not get excited, one should not get depressed. But that's what happens nowadays. People get panicked and depressed and dejected about things that are happening. But education means you are evolving in the way you think. This is not the case with a dog or any other animal. They don't have the process of thinking A and then B and then C. That kind of analysis is not there. They only react. And if you also are people of reaction, then obviously our education has no meaning. Yes. Now, let us come to this point here. So then, the question is, if jivas, we are all considered as jivas, living beings, And as you look around, each one of us are so unique, not by appearance, by our behavior, by our character, by our tendencies, huh? By our habits, by the way we look at things. No two people would look at the same thing in the same way. Never. Even if they are twins. They won't. They may appear same. But their behavior will be different. Their approach to things will be different. Not only because of education. Education definitely plays a vital role in making an individual the way you think. But it is much more than that. So the analysis that is done in our Upanishads and Gita and many other places are that how is that an individual is unique? What makes that individual unique? So they have come to conclude that we have preconceived notions about things. Preconceived notions. Meaning we are a composite of, we are a bundle of experiences. Not only, again, this birth alone. As psychiatrists would say, probably a 6-year-old can also get depressed. Or 5-year-old also can be depressed. Not because what happened to such a boy or girl in this life, but what had been the impressions of that child even before birth. As we established that rebirth is essential for us to understand that it is not a haphazard, sudden happening. Definitely it has a past. That means, who has the past who is now expressing presently? The same person who had the experiences previously, now is expressing himself or herself in this birth. So our bundle of our experiences, any experience for that matter, becomes strong only when we have given reality to it. True? So you might have seen many movies. You wouldn't remember all of them. Why? It's not a truth. It's not real. So you may be watching a movie where a particular hero is there and a particular villain is there, and finally the villain is killed, finally destroyed. And of course it was a very interesting movie. And when the lights put on, and then when you see the villain, one who acted as a villain is sitting next to you, let us say. How can you be there? You are killed, right? What is seen there is not real. So, acted very well, beautiful, nicely done. But that's not real. So, but whatever or whichever be the situation or experience, what we call it as experience is, that which was given reality will remain in your mind. That which is not given reality will not stay long. Now, every evening, every night you had gone and dreamt so many things. Every day, at least, once you will be dreaming. Now, you remember what dream you had last Sunday, unless it is a very terribly bad one. You will not remember that. Why? Not real. If you had a very pleasant experience and you wanted that to happen in your life, then you may remember that. Your wife is very loving, very caring. I mean, in dream, saying. Or your husband is very, very, calm. No, he never gets upset. In the dream. Or your children are so good that listen to you. In the dream. So you wish that way, then that you may remember. In the dream I had everything possible. So the bottom line is, what you give reality becomes your experience. That you carry on. From the day you had that experience to the next day, to the next day, to the next day. And if that experience that you gave reality repeats itself, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Like for example, if you get up in the morning, early morning, and look towards the east, the sun rises. If you have ever seen, early morning is first thing. Sunrise. So that every day when you see, Every day that you are seeing the same, let us say you are driving early morning every day to work. And every day you beautifully see the sunrise happening in the east. So every day when you see that, it becomes a part of your own being. It is become an experience when it is repeated again and again. It becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. If it once in a while it happens, it may not stay further in your mind. It's like when you are meeting your friends or your colleagues. You meet every day, then obviously, even you hear a voice of that person, you know who is that. Right? But if you have not heard that person very often, once in a while. So if somebody is there in the next room, who is this? I know the voice, I am familiar, but I don't know who actually that person is. Then you go there, yeah, correct, now I remember. He only has this kind of voice, or she only has this kind of voice. Now, why I am saying this is that a repeated experience becomes an impression. A repeated experience becomes an impression. That's why our habits are impressions. Consciously, we want to repeat certain experiences, which are pleasurable maybe. Obviously, nobody wants an experience which is a painful again and again repeat. So we don't want that. So we want those experiences which are pleasurable, gives us happiness, which makes us feel good. That we want to repeat. So I'm coming to the point of why do we have certain very strong impressions in our mind? It's because we derive some kind of happiness with those experiences. First of all, we have given reality. That reality alone makes it just an experience. And repeated experience becomes an impression. And these impressions will demand to be repeating itself. And this demand of the impressions already gathered, wanting to repeat itself, is called desire. In Sanskrit, it is known as Spruha. Spruha. Kama. Kama is desire. But Spruha is intensive desire. See, if you are walking in a shop, or you are going to a mall, and you see things, many things are displayed, and I wish I had that. Oh, that's only a desire. I mean, desire in the sense, a thought that is passed by. It's not intense. But then, maybe it's a particular an electronic or some watch or some coat or whatever it is. So then you come back to office or somewhere, and then you are working and your colleague comes and he has that. Now, what happened was that you saw, again you saw, and which is being owned by somebody whom you know or close. Hey, this I just saw in this. Oh, this is the latest model watch, it's called. You have Alexa, yeah? See, Alexa, always she'll respond to this. I have Alexa watch. Wow. Watch? Watch me, Alexa? Yeah. Wow, very good. Then that same evening, it was a Friday evening like this, and then you go to a party, and somebody's home, and there is that sitting there. Third time, you've seen the same day. Then, why not I have it? No, it is useful, whatever. Now, the repetition makes it intensive. This intensity of the desire is known as spruha. A passing thought of wishing for something is not by itself will trouble you much. But when it is coming closer and closer, and suddenly you will find that you have to have it. Meaning, it is a must in your life. It's not because somebody's opinion. It's also many times when many parents come to me and say, my child is already 30 as a daughter, but she doesn't want to get married. Now, that is your thought. You want the child to get married. Does the child has that thought? Unless the child feels that I need a person in my life, that he would not even look in that direction. That's why our Gurudev used to say, when a daughter and a girl, she's only in the early 20s, you introduce a boy to the daughter of yours, so just to get, that can get interested. So when you introduce that boy, that daughter of yours will ask, who is he? Who is he? I just want to know who this friend's son. Oh, okay. She's between 25 and 30, still not married, right? 25 to 35, let us say. So when you introduce that a boy to her, she will not ask who is he, what is he? Meaning, I want to make sure whether he would maintain me. Now the maintenance question. Not many more entertainment. Maintenance. Will we be able to maintain my standard, the way I live? After 35 also she is not married. Now you are worried too much now. Now you introduced a boy to her. Where is he? Because now I am even desperate. This desperate condition is called Nihsprhaaya. You have thought about it, okay. But when it becomes a demand, I need it. I cannot live without that. The intensity of that desire is what is called Nihsprhaaya. And if you look around in your own house, I'm not saying in your house, but look around. Many things we buy, after buying we never even looked at it. That's what happens. And it will suddenly find its way to the garage. And if you are an American, then you would have a garage sale there outside. And many of them are unopened boxes. What happened? We bought it and then suddenly decided we are not going to use it. Put in eBay. Even not even opened, unopened. There are things that you use every day. Yes, then it is a thing which you need it. It's all necessities. Some of them you use it once in a while. It's not an everyday use. Some of them are decorative pieces. They are there. Many people come and buy books in our shop also. They become the third category, decorative pieces. I also bought this book. Interesting, I'll tell you, it's not even a joke. When I give lecture on Sundays, I insist that they should have book. So they buy the book. But then Sunday they don't bring it. I wonder, why did you buy then? Because you told me. That is okay. But why did I tell you? So that you should have it when I'm talking about it. What's the point in keeping it at home? It is gathering dust and it's just in the cabinet or wherever you put it. Fresh. Even the smell of the freshness will be there after 2 years. They never open. So, desire leading to the demand of wanting it for sure. I cannot live without it. That desperation when it comes, that is called Nihsprhaaya, intensity. So now that actually dictates our life. And if you think about it, observe yourself, you will find that what makes your life so busy is those desires which you cannot live without. That is what is holding you or making you work in the world morning till evening continuously. Go, 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 go. Don't think. Keep going. Now, it is understandable for a young man or young girl who is in the 20s or 30s, who has to make a career, who wants to professionally excel, and before she becomes in a family or he becomes a father, except they want to make sure that they are in a permanent job or whatever you call it as a steady income. Yes, they have to do that. But if the whole life is like that, then such a person is not living. It's not living. Because the human existence has a greater purpose. See, like animals and birds, also they work daily. They go from their nest and go fly off to wherever they have to go and get their food and bring it back and feed their kith and kin and then go to sleep. And then again get up the same. What difference have we made as human beings then? So our scriptures very clearly say, yes, you need to take care of your artha and kama, wealth and enjoyment, no doubt. But do not forget, there is a greater goal called moksha, liberation. Now, one may not, see, even the word moksha, not many people will understand. If at all somebody translates that into English, liberation, moksha, what do they say? Swarga prapti. Going to Swarga, where you get more desires fulfilled. The same thing. Oh, whatever desires we cannot fulfill there, we go there and do it. Why are you struggling so much? So, the purpose of existence is not just desire fulfillment. It is getting out of desires. And the release from desires, what it gives you is much more than you can even imagine it. A desire is there, demanding your attention, and many of them say that not giving into it is not even a choice. Now let me give a simple example, then you will understand. Let us say I am a teetotaler. Really I am, huh? Don't worry. Now, if I go to a place where they only serve alcohol, do you think I will be upset? Or do you think I will be restless? No. Why? Because I do not even see relevance of these things to me. So, I may probably hang there and would not drink obviously anything and look at other people and walk out. Because I have no interest. Some people say, oh, to live like that is painful. Oh, to whom? I have no problem. I can even drink water and move about. You remember our Prime Minister of India when he came first time to US, when Obama was still a president, a few years back. He came during Navaratri. He was fasting. He had only lemon water or something like that. Obama threw a party for his visit. He just took lemon water and sat down with him. That's all. Everybody ate and he was drinking water. It's not an insult. That is my policy. I don't want it. I have decided not to eat. Oh, you feel so bad. Oh, who is feeling bad? I am not. You are feeling bad. And do you think that he is suffering? No. He is actually enjoying his freedom. So, a person who does not have this desire dictating terms to him or her is called Nihsprhaaya. Nihsprhaaya, that's a name. One who is free from longing. The intensity of desire is called longing. Seeking it for sure, without which I cannot be happy. See, most of the time it is, as I said, preconceived notion. It is a program that we have put in our head. I was talking to him about artificial intelligence. See, today's world is where the machine learning, ML is called, machine learning and AI, why it is important for today's world to understand is they start thinking how humans are thinking. More than the machine. First of all, they have to understand how the humans are thinking. How a human being thinks. Then only they can replicate it there. In fact, another person who is also in the same field, I was talking to him last week. He says the amount of information our brain has already gathered and the amount of energy that it is spending to analyze and process it is only 20 watts of energy. Whereas if the machine has to do it, enormous energy is necessary. How your human brain is so well knit and accessibility of knowledge, information. So if the machine has to think on its own, not only it needs its information, the amount of information that is required is there. See, we are all products of 40, 50 years of experience. Imagine 40, 50 years of experience. Every day's experience counts. 365 days into 50. And further, how many minutes in a 300? So 24 hours into 365 days into 50. And 24 hours include what? How many minutes then? 24 into 60. And further you go further. 60 into 60 into 24 into 36, 365 into 50. That much of information is there in us. I mean, here and give and take. You cannot make the machine to think like us unless you put that much of information into it and more. Having said this, there is coming the new, one more dimension to is creativity. A human being can think what he has never thought of, which is so difficult. As only those who are in the field will understand. How is it possible for a machine to think about something which it never thought about? It requires a leap from one to another. Similarly, moksha is something which it never thought of. Think about it. You cannot think about it. In Upanishad, it is very clearly said, Naiva chintyam nacha chintyam achintyam chintyam eva tat. That you cannot think about. But you have to think. What cannot be thought of, you should never stop thinking. That's how the Upanishad gives. So the freedom from desire is not something we have ever experimented. So as I gave the example of a teetotaler or a person who is vegan, let us say. And most of the food that is given, they are all made of milk. It's a Bengali, let us say. It's a Bengali. All the sweets, everything is. No. What do you do? Everybody is having rasmalai, rasgulla, whatever not. So now you look at. And then other dish which they have, Bengali, is fish that you don't eat. Now, you may say that, okay, I will have some rice and dal. Right? Now, if you regret to have only rice and dal, then you are not free of desire. See, I am happy if I have rice and dal, that is sufficient. I am not unhappy about what is in front of me. So, a person who is not unhappy about depriving himself of things has already started finding freedom. I am free. I am not dictated by the world. I am not becoming a victim of my situations. Come to me. Whatever situation comes to me, I know how to get out of that. I'm not running out, not escaping. I know I can withstand without getting disturbed. If it is external, you understand, but the demand is from inside. See, let's say if I'm conscious of my health, then any food that is greasy, oily, fatty that comes to me, I don't need it. If I say I don't need it, it is not, but somebody is watching. Therefore, I don't need it. My doctor is around. Therefore, I don't need it. No. I know I don't need it. That is called freedom. You see? It is on my own, I have realized health is important than a small, immediate pleasure. This ability to become free, withstanding the demand of the mind, over a period of time, it becomes its second nature. It becomes first nature actually. It's free naturally. This is what Bhagavan Krishna says, Vihaya kaman yas sarvan pumans charati Nihsprhaaya. Sarvan kaman vihaya. That's why I said they will become restless. I told you. You know that. I have 52 hours of experience. Not 1 hour or 2 hours. 52 days of experience. I know even more than that. Yaha, he who vihaya, having given up what? Sarvan kaman. All those desires demanding his attention. Puman, an individual, charati, he moves about in this world, Nihsprhaaya, without the longing for that. You know, most of the longing for the desire happens to us because we keep on chewing on it. I wish I had that. How it did be? Daydreaming. Go on making your mind go dwell on that slowly. And then when it doesn't happen, we become depressed. And if it doesn't happen, we become very, vexed about it, tensed about it. All this is because not knowing the way out of it. So, vihaya kaman yasarvan pumam charadi nispraha nirmamo nirahankaraha sa shantim adigacchati. Such a person, saha shantim adigacchati. Meaning, he will obtain his wife as Shanti. No. Yeah, Shanti. He become peaceful. Only when there is Nihsprhaaya, no more longing for things around him, then only he become nirmama nirahankar. Mamatva, ahamta, both of them will not be there. Mamatva means mine. Aham means I. I am so and so. See, we have these two diseases, I and mine. I will demand everybody to recognize him or her. I am so and so. And I would like everybody to remember and realize I am so and so. This is the problem of ego, you know that. If you are in a place where you are not even noticed, how will you feel? Nobody even notices me. How do you feel that? So bad, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. You go to a zoo. Okay? Seriously. And there are monkeys, there are lions, there are chimpanzees, there are peacocks and birds. Would they recognize you? Seriously. Would they recognize you? Oh. Chimpanzee. You don't care, right? Do you? Do you expect them to recognize you? Thank God not.
No, it's a problem. Everybody will start making fun.
Yeah, if somebody, chimpanzee comes and does that, are you your clan, same clan? Are you your grandfather or what? Do you expect them to recognize you? Why there is a different standard from human and... Consider them, all of them are chimpanzees. Then, who cares? If somebody doesn't recognize you, that they belong to the zoo only. They don't recognize. I don't want it. Why do I demand that? This demand itself is a problem. And nirmama, mine. When did anything becomes yours? You tell me. You go and buy. Until you buy, it is not yours, right? You go buy a car, until you bought the car, and then suddenly you say, my car. Until then, what happens? It's not mine. Somebody else's or somebody, it's in the shop. The mineness comes only when I start attaching my value to it. I get identified with that. So, mamatva and ahanta. So, therefore, he says, a person who is devoid of this longing and also one who does not have mamakara and ahankar, mineness and I-ness, the end result is shanti. And in another place, Bhagavan Krishna says that this is possible. The state of not having longing for things around you is possible only when you have something higher to identify. Yada viniyadam chittam atmanyevavatishtate nisprha sarvakamebhyah yukta ityuchade tada. Yada when Viniyadam chittam, when the mind is withdrawn into and atmani eva avatishtade, abiding in your higher nature, Nihsprhaaya sarva kamebhyaha. Without no longing for any of the desires further, yuktaha. Such a person is called a yogi. Ityuchyate tada. So the only way we can really experiment and then come to achieve this Nihsprhaaya is only when we have something higher, something greater, something more lofty, something more noble. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. He was a barrister. He had a practice. And finally he came to serve the country with only one cloth wearing on the top. That's it. One loin cloth and then our Adlin. How much of... It's not just a show of Virakti. He says that's all needed. What else is needed? You went to London, he went like that. Yeah, that's all he needed. I mean, I would not say he's a sannyasin or anything. He definitely was a very active person in the world. He had a house, he had his family, etc. But the point is that he had proved to the world, you don't need anything else. And today's politicians, they were through 3 layers of bulletproof. At that time, he was moving about among the Britishers who were ruling and ready to kill him. He was wearing nothing. What an amount of fearlessness. And today, AK-47, the 4 black cats. We have come to accept such leaders who want 24 million for his refrigerator. You don't know about that. It's good. Now, you see, where? What? We call them as leaders? They are dealers, not leaders. Who is a leader? One who wants nothing, but wants to take the people to the next level. Such a person is a leader. He who wants everything for himself or herself, or he wants, that person cannot be a leader. He will be a dealer only. I want. We will remove poverty from this. We will remove poverty. And under the breath, you would say, of mine. That's what they do. Then it is poverty. My poverty has to go. Only property increases. Poverty is gone. So why is that Gandhiji could do that? Why not others cannot do it? There are so many politicians are even today. Even one virtue of Mahatma Gandhi. Today is January 31st, that he was shot. And I don't think anybody remembers even poor thing. 2 days back?
2 days back.
Yeah.
January 30th.
January 30th. Who remembers? What did he do? So, such an individual who demonstrated not only in India, everybody in the world, and even many of these contemporaries even Einstein had said that later generation of the people even wonder such a thing ever existed as human, historically. Now, anyway, so the point is that if he has demonstrated that I can live, be active and achieve things with nothing for myself, if you proved himself as a politician who could do that. We don't need to go to the spiritual field for that. Of course, he's backing up, his drive was spirituality. Definitely that is moksha was his, that's what is pushing him to that level. So that is the reason why this verse says, unless you have a greater purpose to live, it is very hard to give up. That's where Gurudev would say, before you give up, you have to give yourself up. You give yourself for something higher, then only this something lower will be given up by you. If you are sleeping is important, switching off TV will take place. If sleeping is not important, that will go on and on and on. Is it not true? When do you give up? Only when sleep takes over. Okay, switch off. Another interesting program tomorrow. Because for me it is important. It may not be on Saturday night. Saturday night, want to watch the late night. Then Sunday, what do you want to do? Sleep. So unless you have a greater longing, more loftier, more nobler, and more freedom giving, then only you will leave the limitations. See, if you are put in a room where there is no way to get out, what will you be thinking? Chalo, baithenge abhi. Kuch padenge. You may do. After some time, you get slowly frustrated. There's no sunlight at all. How do I get out? And then this stuff, there is no window also, let us say. There's only one door is there. How do I get out? And I was telling in another satsang, it's all dark. And only one door is there. And you touch the door and found that it is locked. So that's the only way to get out. You're shouting on the top of your voice. Nobody is hearing. You're frustrated. You don't know what to do. How long you can sleep? And slowly you getting so frustrated, so agitated and restless. You shout at the top of your voice to get out. Please, somebody open the door. And there is a secret voice that comes near the door. Door is locked inside. Now, all these hours you spent and frustrated, you say stupid foolishness. Open. Inside it is locked. That is exactly what the Gita and Upanishad say. You don't cry. You have locked it yourself. What can we do? The teacher and the scriptures can only tell you that it is locked inside. An interesting thing is we locked it with the lock and the key gayab ho gaya. Then what do you do? It's dark all over. So the teacher from outside would say, hey, first of all, find the key. Let's say, Shyavara Ramachandra key. Sadguru Maharaj. They give key. They show you where the key is. Then you become Jai, happy. Anyway, so we are locked up in that longing for desires. And therefore, we continuously get frustrated. We must realize that how much ever you achieve or accomplish and aggrandize and possess and own, none of the objects never gives desires. Please understand that they don't have the ability to give desires. And interesting thing is, we own them, they don't own us. I mean, we think we own it. Actually, we don't own it. If the chair is taken away by me to Rameshwaram, will it protest? I'm not going to do it, but don't worry about it. Anyway, I like that chair, let me take it. Will it protest? It won't protest. You will protest. That is called mamatva. that doesn't have. Who is attached to whom? You are attached to the chair is attached to you. You tell me that. We are attached to the matter, not matter is attached to you. Even this body, for example, every night you leave it. Is it unhappy that the body is unhappy that you left me? Not unhappy. That is why we should recognize our relationship with the matter. Matter is useful for us, but don't get over possessive of that. The one who realizes this slowly become clear about how to be free, and that is Nihsprhaaya. Devoid of longing. Longing is because of repetition of desirable experiences. And once we know the higher is greater is being the higher self, call it Bhagavan or Atma, whatever it is, abiding in that. Yada viniyatam chittam atmanyeva avatishtate. Then such a person is yukta ityuchyate. And our Gurudev was a person who personified this, who demonstrated to us very clearly. Now, when he was when he was weighed with gold for his 70th birthday in Bombay, I was a student at that time. They weighed him, Tula, Tula they did with the gold. And he said, this gold, which is, according to my weight, and he jokingly said, I should have put on more weight. Anyway, this weight that they have put for me, it's not for me. The value of this, in fact, that much of gold cannot be put in a public place. It is not allowed, and the government won't allow you to demonstrate or put that much of gold in public place. So we had Reserve Bank of India officials come and put it there and then show to people and then immediately pack it and go, because they cannot keep it there because its values in crores, right? So they came and then put it there to weigh Swamiji there, and then he got up with that one piece of gold or the brick of gold. This is real, huh? This is real, not a artificial one. And he said, this value of this is for anybody who does a good job or good work for mission. This will be a supporting money for them. So every center has to continue to work, and then if they excel, obviously to support their projects, this money will be spent, or the interest from this money will be spent. And then after having that, it's very heavy, huh? He was holding it in his hand and then kept it down and said, I have nothing to do with this. Absolutely, my hands are empty. I'm not taking it anyway. It's all for you. That is the Nihsprhaaya. Absolutely no attachment to even one's own achievements. You may glorify it, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm untouched by that. So that was the nature of our Gurudev. Always unscathed, untouched by neither criticism nor praise. Janakrupa Naishturyam Utsrijyatam. In one of the composition of Shankaracharya says, Kripa and Naishturyam. Kripa is compassion or sympathy or praise. Naishturyam is criticism, ridiculing. Utsrijyatam. Just if you know that you have done the right thing, just leave it. It doesn't matter somebody praise, somebody may insult. Who cares about that? Do the right thing. So that we have seen in him in close quarters, how he was so free of all that. So that is the reason why that name is given to Gurudev, and we also have to slowly develop that kind of a virtue. And we have to constantly observe ourselves, which corner of our mind we are locked. Where are we locked? Which is holding us captive? As long as we are captivated or captured by the mind of ours, a desire of ours, we cannot be free. And when you are not free, it expresses itself as frustration. That frustration expresses itself in all the things that we do. It's not going to stay as frustration and then, it definitely expresses itself. Irritation, unhappiness, anger, depression, and even criminality, and then suicidal tendencies and intolerance of people. Everything is expressed by this, inability to overcome one's own demands of the mind. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.